What up, lifers? Welcome to Doing Time, episode 17 or 18, I believe. Last episode of season 1. We got Hanzo Blades in the house, the Bladesmith.
Salute
Grimewave.
everybody. Much love, much love.
What's going on? We got Brutus Maximus in the house. Raw Side Hip Hop. 4 words.
That's it. 4 words. How we doing?
Not too bad. What's going on, fellas?
Shit, man. Chilling. Like I said before we tapped in, man. I just finished eating, so feeling bloated right now.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm feeling good, man. Can't complain, man. Life is pretty good.
You're like a master of all trades. Got your hands in the rap game, producing, graphics.
I like it. I get that shit from my uncle, man. My uncle was like that. He was like a jack of all trades. He used to do, he was one of those guys that would just pick up a fucking TV from the street and just fix that shit. You know what I'm saying? And make that shit brand new. With no school training, no nothing, self-taught. So like, I picked that up, just kind of like, if you want to learn something, man, if you want to do something, learn it, and acquire the skill, and then and don't just stick with that, like learn, many things, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, with the music, that kind of was how I figured, to do that with the music, because I started as an MC, but I'm like, there was a point in time where boom bap beats weren't really at abundance, you know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of like early trap stuff and whatnot. So I'm like, man, I just started cooking, and learning how to produce, and then from there, just like maybe a couple of years ago, like a year and a half ago, maybe, like I started really getting into the graphic design. But it's crazy because I actually went to school for graphic design, so I have a background in that, like education was.
Right. What's your favorite part about it? Like, what would you rather? What lane do you want to be? Like,
emceeing is my favorite. Emceeing is my love, my first love, my first, like, I mean, it's not my introduction to hip hop, but my first, the first thing that I really wanted to like master or try to master, so it was just emceeing. And then, obviously the production piece. But I really, I really get, it's therapeutic for me to really like sit down and write some bars, you know what I'm saying? So especially if it's something contextual, something that's really, conceptual, that's really like, context based, something real deep, or even something that's real dope, like, cipher type shit that's just, you're going to bar out, and you got to have like some really clever, witty, rhyme schemes and just bars and stuff like that. So yeah, I really, I'm a student first and foremost. So I won't, I'm not a master. I'm a student. Always will be a student. I think there's always something to learn in hip hop. So, yeah, I think that for me personally, it's the MCing. That's like my favorite. I get gratification, and like I said, it's therapy for me.
Word. Now, what's your favorite line you ever wrote, I should say?
Man. Oh man. Shit. There's quite a few. It's quite a few, but I think the one that really, like, well, G-Fan really likes the one bar where I was like, I said, if any one of you horsetail, I'm swinging like a horsetail, something like that. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a clever joint. But there's one that I really like. There's a couple I really like, but there was one I really said that I really like was like, I said, if I can remember correctly, because don't quote me on this, my own bars, and I can't even quote my own shit. So many fucking verses, but I said, pay my debts like Warden of the West, to quote a Lannister. And then, like, it was a Game of Thrones bar, but I felt like that was just mad witty, to, clever to just say some shit like that,
Right. Yeah, I feel that when I'm a Game of Thrones fan. So.
Yeah, I'm watching the House of Dragons. So, I'm all into all that, man. I'm into everything. I'm into everything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Almost everything.
That's why I find it funny when you sit there and you say you're chilling. It's like, man, this guy just takes no time off. There's always something.
I don't, like, I look at life as work, man. Life is work, because you learn something, every day you learn something new, right? And then you just gotta apply that. Whatever you learn, you gotta apply that to whether it's, whatever you're doing, in life. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's, taking care of your family, or if it's just regular work job, or things that you like doing. Like, that you're trying to do as a business, because hip hop at first, obviously, for most of us was a hobby, you know what I'm saying? But then once we got more serious into it and we start looking into the business side of things, it becomes a business, right? You know what I'm saying? So you start investing money into it, you start to invest your time, which I feel like time is money, you know what I'm saying? If you're thinking business minded, right? You know what I'm saying? So for me, yeah, I feel like I don't get it twisted. There's plenty of there's plenty of times where I'm just chilling, really just chilling, and like really not doing anything music related, like watching movies or I've been binge watching the Superman and Lewis shit. You know what I'm saying? I play 2K. Like I have every night is a ritual for me. You know what I'm saying? From like 12 to 2 a.m. I'm like rocking 2K, you know what I'm saying? Like it's an every night ritual for me. I smoke my spliff and play 2K for at least an hour, hour and a half. And then I'll go back to like a project that I was working on before I fall asleep. Like that's the last thing I want to have in my mind is music. So like I'll go back to my board or my laptop or whatever, and then I just finish or work on something or chop a sample and then leave the project open, fall asleep, go back to it in the morning, and I'll have it done. Like usually that's my process.
That's cool. That's cool. It's good to get that insight because like I say, you work so much, and you see the name Hanzo Blades everywhere. Like, and that's
not. Yeah, I mean the work is. I mean, and I don't just do music, man. Like I'm a system administrator too. A lot of people don't probably know that, but like I do IT shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, I could build you a network. You know what I'm saying? I could install you a voice system. You know what I'm saying? Voice over IP system. You know what I'm saying? I could set up a gateway for you. I could, you know what I'm saying? I could set up a host server for you so you can host your domains and things like. I could do all of that stuff, man. And that was like what I went to school for. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of choices I made in life that were crazy when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? And then got a point in time when I was just like, oh, I gotta stop the fuckery. You know what I mean? Like, and I always knew that college, even when I was young, man, I always knew that college was really the money maker. If you're not gonna really, do like the solo business entrepreneur shit or the stock and trading shit, or you know what I'm saying? Like if you're not gonna risk it all in one shot and and try to be a millionaire that way, then obviously you gotta have a career, right? You know what I'm saying? So like that having kids really kind of makes that determination for you too. So it's like it makes that choice for you. It's like, when you have a family, you know what I mean? Like, do you really want to work at like a regular, Subways or Walmart for the nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, there's way better opportunities than that. But like, if that's people's things, that's no disrespect. I worked at Walmart. You know what I'm saying? So nothing wrong with that. But like, I feel like you always got to look. The end goal should not be that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you should always go for something bigger. You know what I'm saying? So like, I always felt like, yeah, man, if the music shit wasn't gonna pan out for me back then when I was doing it, I felt like I had to, do something else. I had to have a plan B and a plan C and all that. So yeah, I did the college thing, I did the 2-year thing, and then I did that IT shit, you know what I'm saying? And then after that, I was working in the field for a while. It kind of it really helped me to acquire, like a lot of the things I got, as far as music equipment and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? So like it's been real dope in that aspect, man. And when you have when you put in a certain amount of time in the IT world, you it becomes more lax for you, man. Like, so like I'll be working from home a lot of the times. I do a lot of, I have a lot of downtime with my job too. So it allows me to do music shit, you know what I'm saying? Even at my job,
That's dope.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like,
dope. Now, how'd you guys get together, Grimewave? How'd you guys pull that together?
Man, so Grimewave, obviously, that was at first it was Ruck and E that I think Ruck pretty much cemented the Grimewave name. But him and E Nails, they were doing a duo thing at that time. I want to say maybe like 2018, maybe 2019, early 2000, but around that time. And I met Ruck around 2019, I believe, you know what I'm saying? And I met him through a mutual friend, my boy Darnell, man. He met up. He knew a mutual friend of of him and Ruck. And then he met Ruck, and he was like, yo, man, my boy Darnell knew I produced at the time. And I was really kind of just really to myself. I really wasn't trying to work with a lot of people. I wasn't really like taking it super serious. I'm not even front. Like I was just really just trying to really figure out the production thing, and really like hone in on that skill and master that more. And then also at the time I was writing heavy, so I was just spending a lot of time writing verses. So I really didn't have time to really just be out there like that. So when I met Ruck, though, I met him at the studio out here in upstate New York, and it was just really just a meet and greet type of thing. Like we was gonna talk and see what it was, and then man, like yo, it was crazy. Like we started working on a joint in the studio there, and the joint didn't really work out, but the connection between me and Ruck really like it was ill. So he was like, yo, man, like, yo, stop through the crib. I got a setup, man. Fuck this studio shit here. This dude, because the engineer wasn't really like, he wasn't really a hip hop head like that, you know what I'm saying? So he wasn't really trying to engineer this shit, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't a good scene for us. So we ended up going to Russ crib. We cut the whole Shulka Sahara joint, you know what I'm saying? And but that's really the start of my relationship with Ruck and Grimewave. And then he introduced me to E. And then we ended up going on tour with Ren Thomas. And then it was just a wrap from there. When after that we bumped, we linked up with Lace. Lace got, he became a part of it. And then Frank became a part of it. And then Frank was also through that mutual friend that introduced me to Ruck. So that was real dope on that, man. But Frank, Frank is the I don't want to say he's the last person to join, because T.O. is also now a member of Grime, like a core member of Grimewave, and he's out in Canada. We haven't physically linked up yet, but man, I have a lot of respect for dude. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's pretty much how we linked up. I mean, me and Ruck, and E, we about 3 years now, 3.5 years, going hard, and then everybody else, you know what I'm saying? And we all put the same amount of work in this shit, man. We all put crazy amount of work at the end. We all really have crazy communication, man. We talking like at least we talk every day, and at least 5 to 10 times a day. Sometimes we talk about bullshit, sometimes we talk about business. It's dope. It's real dope. It's a fan. It's my second family, man.
Yeah, it's definitely a brotherhood. You can tell through the music that it's a brotherhood, and you all off each other.
Oh yeah, this is outside of the music, man. We've done a lot for each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's we look out for each other like real brothers. Like it's way beyond the music, man. You know what I'm saying? So when the music gets put together, that's why it comes out like that. And that's why I've always respected groups like Boot Camp and just groups that really, really, you know what I'm saying, that like really stick it together, man. And it's just really dope to see that shit, man. Real dope to see that.
Yeah, and you can really tell when like-minded people come together organically, and it's not forced. It's just
oh yeah,
people just vibe with each other because what you get is really genuine and authentic. It's not a case of it's not like creating a super group or in the NBA creating super teams. Like I need this talent or I need this part to play this role or whatever. It's just organically everyone comes together. And I got introduced to Grimewave through you because I think Mo was locked up at the time.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
And with the Birds of Prey, and we and then it just grew. And all of a sudden I'm starting to talk to all these people. But the one thing that I noticed is that it feels like you've been here for 10 years because of the natural organic nature.
I ain't gonna front. I feel like I've been doing it as far with Grimewave. I feel like I've been doing it 20 years, man. Like, cause we grind so hard, man. We make so much. I don't think people really understand. We're very selective and very picky, and we're very, we really appreciate our art. You know what I'm saying? Like we love what we do, and we really appreciate it, and we want the people to appreciate it as much as we do. So we try not to really give the people anything mediocre or anything that is not heartfelt or anything that we feel like we didn't want to be a part of. You know what I'm saying? you know, sometimes there is some business stuff that, you know, it's just like, well, it's business, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do what you gotta do. But for the most part, man, like I want to say good, like 99%, man. Like everything is genuine, you know, and everything is heartfelt. And man, we put we put our all into this shit, man. You know, and like, you know, we invest a lot of time just thinking about it, you know, and then um between, you know, the sets that we come up with, between you know, the new stuff that we got in the works, between, you know, coordinating all the stuff that we've already done, like, you know, and planning all that stuff out. And that's the thing, man. We have so much music in the vault, man. It's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we're like right now we're working on like, you know, 3 projects simultaneously. So it's you know, it's rewarding in the sense that, you know, you stay busy, and, you know, and then the end result, when you know, when you work on it, and the end result is just, it comes out like it's so dope. You're just really proud and happy about it. Like, you know, like I can't wait for y'all to listen to the fix, man. Like, you know, I've heard it obviously, and this shit is, you know, I'm so hyped for that shit, and not just because I'm a part of it or because it's my team, is because, like, yo, it's a real hip hop head, man. This shit is fire. You know what I mean? Like, it's dope. Like, it's really dope. And you know, I feel like every project that we kind of do, man, we kind of like, we try to outdo ourselves, you know, and then, and you know, that's what I really love about what we go on, and I feel like that about a lot of other artists too, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, I feel like they leveling up. You know, I'm very observant of that, so I see that. You know, like Kenosha, they doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? I see y'all, man, Animal Embassy doing their thing. So like everybody's just leveling up, man, and it's dope to see that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just honored and humbled to be a part of this, man, to be honest with you. And to be a part of a real dope group, and for everybody to show the love and support that they do, man, it's just crazy. I ain't even gonna front.
You know? Yeah. You're right. Everyone is leveling up. Everyone's leveling up kind of at the same time too.
It's crazy. It's a super renaissance. It's ill. Yeah.
It's crazy. You guys are like super consistent, and even live. I've seen you guys a couple of times live. We booked you a couple of times live, and there's like that crazy energy, like crazy energy. What was your favorite live performance you've ever done so far?
I have a couple, but I definitely, the last show we just did at the Hip Hop Life Enjoy was really dope. That was crazy because one, that was our longest set. You know what I mean? So like that was, not only was it was a challenge for us in the sense of we've never done that. You know what I'm saying? And also we've never you know, kind of collaborated with another crew where it was like back to back on a set. So that was, I felt like that was a challenge, but it because we just fucked with each other so much between the camps and just everybody that was there, it just worked out so perfectly. You know what I mean? Like I felt like it was really, like, it was dope overall, man. Everybody had a dope set. The energy was crazy. You know, so like, yeah, I like that. That was one of the better shows, man. And then like a Brooklyn show that one show we did in Brooklyn when we was on tour with Ren. That was a really, really crazy show. Because plus Brooklyn is my hometown, so like I just, you know, I felt like I did my thing. I rep. But yeah, the Hip Hop Life show, the Brooklyn show, and I think there was another one where the first time where we performed when Kenosha was there. So it was like, I think it might have been the first time I actually met Kenosha. I think it was, if I'm correct, it might have been, I think it was Middle East or Dingbass. I'm not 100% sure, but one of those spots. And that show was dope as fuck too. It was I think it was it was Santo's
birthday.
Yeah, it was his birthday.
Yeah. That was the first time I saw you.
Yeah, facts. So yeah, so that was a really dope show. I think like the energy that I got from everybody in there, it allowed me to really like really go into a crazy zone, man. So like when I was doing my solo part, I could feel it. I felt that shit, and I felt everybody was just like all eyes, man. I felt that shit. So it was like, you know, usually when I'm rapping on stage, man, I zone. I don't even really like, I don't even see anybody. You know what I mean? Like I just really zone out. You know what I mean? Like I just, because I'm focusing so much on just doing a really good job for y'all. You know what I'm saying? So like my whole thing is it's key to have presence, you know, on the mic. You don't want to just stand on the stage and just rap. You know what I mean? Like, even if you got crazy bars, like you still gotta do some kind of movement. That's like a, you know, like a fucking congressional speaker, man. Like, you know, these niggas talking with their hands all day, you know. So like that's the same thing as an artist, man. You know, so I've always learned that from way back. You know, that's vital to have a presence on the stage and on the mic, and to be kind of and an MC. You know, it's like you're commanding the, you know, you got to command the audience, right? So you know, you really got to be loud, not loud, but you got to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like you got to be firm and you got to be aggressive, and especially with what we do, we you know, aggressive hip hop, man. So that's my energy all the time, man. I got anxiety, so you know, I'm already hyper. You know what I'm saying? So like when I'm on stage, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's a whole different world for me.
Now, on the flip side of that, what's the worst show that you ever remember doing?
Damn. there was a couple, but I think the worst show was and I don't even remember the spot, but it was a hole in the wall, man. I think it was either Connecticut or Rhode Island.
Shit.
It was a little, but you know, listen, I love to don't. I'm not gonna sit on the whole states, you know what I'm saying? Just because of the little venue, but it was a little bar, man. It was a tiny little bar.
State of Rhode Island. Fuck all. I'm a shit on Rhode Island right now. Fuck Rhode
It was
Island.
good, Jay. Shit, man. So yeah, man, like it was a little bar, man, and like there was no stage. We literally had to perform on the floor, like in front of, like right around everybody. It was just like, yo, we was right there. Like it was the most weirdest experience I ever had for a performance, because it was like a railroad bar. You know what I'm saying? Like just a straight railroad bar. You had the fucking entrance. I mean, yo.
You were in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. You were at Tommy's Lounge.
Tommy's Lounge, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, there too.
It's right on the railroad.
And don't get me twisted. I don't even want to say like we didn't have a bad performance. It was just the venue was so tight and small, and it was like, and they didn't have enough mics. I think they only had 2 mics, and it was like, you know what I'm saying? It was all of us, and it was a little crazy, man. So I would say maybe that was, but you know. But I also have one where I really fucked up, and like I fucked up, like I forgot like my whole verse almost, and that was probably, and I never did that shit ever again after that. Like I learned my lesson after that. But I was a newbie, you know what I'm saying, doing the performance shit. This was again on the Rent Thomas tour, and this was at University Studios, and much love to University Studios because that shit is fire. So you know, it's not the venue was dope. It was just I fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So I'll say I had a bad performance that night. So that's one of my worst shows, but not because of the venue, because it's just because I fucked up. You know what I mean? I got smacked. I was smoking some crazy shit, and when I got up, it was just like I just got stuck, man. It was really bad.
Man, I want to talk to you about a lot of your projects. So obviously, Birds of Prey really kickstarted things off. Still one of my personal favorites. I think the whole theme of the record, The Crow, one of my favorite movies of all time. So top 3, well, top 5 for me, definitely. Yeah. So there was a whole. Do you have a favorite project? Do you have a particular one? You know, whether it's the quality of it or whether it just means something more. Because obviously the Grimewave debut.
It's hard to say right now because we've got some shit in the works that, you know, I already know is going to top that stuff. So it's like. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm gonna say right now, The Fix is my favorite project. But then I know if when Druck drops his shit, that's gonna be my favorite project. When we drop our next shit, you know, it's gonna. So, but I mean, right now, it's this with what we have out right now. I'm gonna say, Legends Die. Legends Die is really like that. You know, Legends Die for us is an EP, small EP, but I feel like what we put into that, man, and the way it came about was just really dope. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, like 2 of those joints we did with Neff at Thomas Money Studio. And like, that was like the first time that, you know, like, you know, a couple of the heads met Frank. So like, you know, it was really, there's just a lot of, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say sentimental stuff, but there's just a lot of stuff that really is just like, you know, deep rooted for the group, you know what I'm saying? And memorable in essence. So like that project I'll say right now is my favorite. But if we're talking like songs and stuff like that, probably would have to be like the grades or like I love Contradictions, you know, I love Sunken, you know, I love uh Scully is one of my favorite joints. Jim Morrison's another one. So like I have so many faves, but yeah, as far as a project, I'd say Legends Die is the one that I like the most. I listen to it the most.
Yeah, it's cool because we talk about leveling up, and I've said it to you before when you shoot through a song or whatever. And I'm like, these are becoming songs now. You know, a couple of years ago you were making dope tracks. You know what I mean? They were fantastic, and now they're songs. You know, like The Greats was something else. You know what I mean? And that's just, you can see that growth and that maturation of an artist, not just yourself. Like, I mean, you were big upping the Tin Man project from Lace. And when I finally heard that, it was like, oh, you know, this is
that's another project that I love too. So I mean, that's the thing. It's hard to really say because all these projects that we're all coming out with, it's just like, you know, we're just really just trying to like outdo ourselves, man. And it really helps that, you know, that everything we do is in house, you know, for the most part, you know. So that really helps too because there's no outside influence. You know what I mean? It's all kind of just organically coming from us, and our suggestions to each other and everything that's really within the group. So that's how you know it's just really just, man, it's just all us. And really the magic, man, is just E-Nails is the magician. He's the fucking sorcerer. He makes it sound what it sounds like, and that's why I always big up the engineers. They are the wizards of this shit. You know, without the engineers, you're not gonna hear anything good. You know what I mean? Like, you can hear bars, that's cool, but it's gonna sound like this motherfucker talking through a trash can and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's gonna sound like trash. But yeah, you know, the engineers is what make it sound great, man. So big ups to E-Nails and all the dope engineers out there for real. But yeah, that's really what it is, man. We just try to outdo our shit, man. So
I want to move on to a little segment we call "What's Your Issue." It could be anything in the world. It doesn't have to be hip hop. Doesn't have to be music. It could be anything in the world. So, Mr. Blades, what's your issue?
So I mean, I got a bunch of issues, man. But you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say my main issue as of like right now, off the top, probably gonna be just you know, people kind of like just being just yes men, you know what I'm saying? So like being like, not, you know, I'm the type of dude, man, I'm not afraid to say your shit is whack, you know, and I don't care about hurting niggas' feelings, man. Like, you know, we gotta stop that shit. You know, that's why the game is oversaturated, you know. So we really have to like, yo, be like, yo, and not to tell like, no, not, you know, like if somebody got potential, be like, yo, you know, like, you'll try working on this. And yeah, I get it. Like, who are we to say, you know, to give people advice? But I mean, you know, at the end of the day, you know, if you feel like you could take the advice and take it, you know what I'm saying, and then run with it a lot, you know, just I feel like most artists have to try to be open-minded and not be so ego. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to be confident. You want to be confident in your shit. But, you know what I'm saying, when you let ego get in the way, you know what I'm saying, you kind of like, you know, it just makes it hard to work with people. But yeah, for me, it's just for me, it's that, man. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't be a yes man, you know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to speak your mind.
Yeah, we talk about that a lot, and like during the group, and even just regular chatter online, is how everything's a classic, everybody's a legend, and it doesn't work.
Look,
that
man,
way.
I sometimes, sometimes I find myself doing this shit too, just out of being cordial, you know what I'm saying? To try not to offend somebody, you know, because, you know, some people are real sensitive, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I get it, I understand, you know, I totally understand, you know what I'm saying? Like with mental health and all that shit too, you know, like I get it. So, you know, it's you just, I guess you gotta kind of know who you're speaking to, right? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, it's for the most part, let's try not to be like that, man, because one thing is you want to be honest, you know what I'm saying? Like you get more respect that way. You know, people was, you know, and just like your word is what you got. So like people will respect that if you're being honest. Like I've told people like, yo, you know what I'm saying, I'm not feeling that, and I feel like I'm, you know, they respect me for it. You know what I mean? Like, so if not, that's on them. Like I can't, you know, I just speak it how it is. But you know,
Yeah, constructive criticism, though, good
it's
thing.
very important. Yeah, it's very important.
And some people can't take it, and it is what it is. But those are kind of like the same guys online screaming that nobody supports them.
Oh my God,
It's
that's
because,
oh my God,
because the way you're acting and the way you're putting your public persona out there.
that's another one I hate. Oh my, yo,
Yeah.
Or you know, yeah, I'm going through my friends list, say yo, like yo, who gives a fuck, man?
Right,
Like,
right. If you're still here and you're still reading this, you made it. It's like,
you made
boy,
it. Word, okay.
thank you so much for letting me make it.
Yo, I'm so honored. Like, yo, come on, man.
Right. Brutus, what's your issue?
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I agree with Hanzo. I mean, there's a couple of things around that. Is that feedback is a gift. You know what I mean? Feedback is a gift, and you should learn from it, because there's a lot of smart people out there, and there's a lot of people that have a particular point of view or opinion. It's up to you how you use it. That's the maturity that you need to have as a person. Whether you're an artist or whatever, that's your own thing. Whether you take it, leave it, whatever. But I think that's a fantastic thing. That the people that just yes men and this, that, and the other, no one learns from it. No one learns from it. No one gets better. Whereas feedback, you can, if you take it on and you use it for what it is, and it comes from a place where you respect, then take that on. You know what I mean?
That's how you learn. Like you said, that's how you grow. That's how you learn. That's a fact. 100.
Absolutely. The one I hate, the thing that's really pissing me off at the moment is people finding time to argue about bullshit instead of promoting stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm very big on, if you don't like it, just keep moving past, because my time is money. My time is valuable, right? So I haven't got it to waste. And it's the same as Raw Side. Like, I'll hear some good albums, but if it doesn't move the needle for me, I'm not going to review it, because reviewing it takes half a dozen spins. It takes a lot of writing. It takes a lot of effort.
I know, bro. I know you put a lot of time into your write-ups, you know, because, I mean, you're clever with it, you know what I mean? And, like, you know, you're very descriptive, and, like, you obviously put your own opinion on it, but it's like, it's for the most part, man, you're on point with it, man. Like, and you, as I'm reading the write-up, I'm just like, I'm drawn into it. So, like, it's just, I love your write-ups, man. And I appreciate you for that all the time, man. You already know that.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely. And I do. And I take pride in that. I take pride in that. So, yeah, when people are sitting there arguing about whether JayZ's verse is fucking the best ever, or whether
I haven't even chimed in on that shit. I haven't even listened to it. I know,
and I just look at it and I think, man, there was fucking 8 albums that day. 8 albums. Maybe 12, actually, I think, by the end of
there was a lot. There was a lot of albums that dropped that day.
Dropped on that day. I haven't even got I've got to hear most of them, haven't got a chance to write it. And people are arguing about a verse. And I see it just flood my timeline. I'm like, oh my God, you guys are putting effort and time into this bullshit instead of some of the insane music that you could be enjoying right now.
What gets me is when artists are doing that. You know, it's one thing for a fan. Like, that's what we want fans to do, you know, not an artist. And I get it, like, artists are fans too, right? Yeah. But, I mean, that's when you got to, as an artist, you got to pull back from that and kind of be a little bit more like, yo, you know, like, let them do that. And as artists, we need to just focus on what we're doing and just keep doing what we're doing and not fall victim to that shit. Because, you know, and listen, again, I'm still learning. We all learning, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, I've fell victim to that bullshit before, you know, but I've learned from that. And I've even manned up one time, and I even, like, hit dude up and apologized because I knew I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? So, like, when I know I'm wrong, I'm a man up about it. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing. A lot of people ain't like that, man. So, you know, it makes it hard. And then, you know, if you're just going back and forth on the same thing, and then there's no real, it's just going back and forth. There's no progression to the conversation. It's not going anywhere. It's like, what are we doing here? You know?
Yeah.
That's when you resort to the name calling and like, it's like, oh God.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I mean. Just misguided energy. People have got their own energy and it's great, but it's just misguided. And 9 times out of 10, it pisses me off, because I guarantee you, JayZ is not reading your Facebook timeline. He doesn't give 2 fucks whether you think his verse was fire or not.
That man is
something else.
He's waking up to his newspaper every morning with his name on that shit and fucking reading his fucking, you know, his bank account statements and shit. That man ain't thinking about nobody and nobody else but himself and his family, like, you know, and his close family or whatever. But yeah, you know, that's the thing, and that's why I don't, you know, and not to be like kind of like, you know, not to be you know, how can I say, like, you know, not to be the type of dude that, you know, I'll say like I don't listen to music at all. I do listen to music. I just try not to like listen to a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want it to, for one, my main reason is I don't want it to influence any of my music. You know what I'm saying? I want to keep it, you know, obviously, yeah, there's always influence from somewhere. You know, music doesn't just come out of like, you know, thin air. You got to influence from something. But for the most part, you know, when it comes to like ideas and, you know, and just concepts and things, you know, I try to like just, you know, I try to just keep it as original as possible. So I try not to be listening to a lot of stuff, man. And so, but yeah, when I do listen to stuff, man, I really, you know, I really hone in and I listen to the full project. I even sometimes listen to it a couple times just to, you know, grasp it. But yo, it's been a while since I did that. It's been a while.
Word.
What's yours, Dick Rubin?
Oh man, my issue is how people can't step outside the box, and they want to like adhere to some sort of industry standard that really doesn't exist anymore. Like,
well, yeah,
you can pick any day to drop your music. It doesn't have to be on a Friday, you know. And I think picking other days would be a smart move, so you don't get bogged down.
I feel like Fridays is played out now, man. Like you don't even want to do that anymore because a lot of people are doing that, and you want I mean, and you're taking away like, and you know, see the thing with us, we drop, like especially me, I'm a numbers guy, right? So like, I do shit numerically, man. Like a lot of the times when we drop, like there's a significance to it, you know what I mean? Like numerology wise, there's a significance to it. Like we did that heavy with Novum, you know what I'm saying? So I you know, for the most part, we try to be very selective of our drop dates, and I don't really think that. Yeah, we don't. I mean, you see, bro, we drop. We're like, yo, you know what I'm saying? We're like, we announce it, and then we're like, sometimes we'll even push it back, you know, just to build anticipation. But I think that, I think for the most part, man, we've been steady, consistent with it. But yeah, that's. Yeah, I feel you on that, man. I feel you on that.
Yeah, you got to be able to expand and be able to do something a little different, even if it's sonically. Like some people might not like it, but you're an artist and you got to be able to create. You know,
that's a fact.
You can't pigeonhole yourself into anything, really, anything, anywhere, any kind of industry, anywhere in the world. You really can't pigeonhole yourself because then you're gonna be fucked, and you're gonna be left behind.
I mean, it depends, though. You know, like I'm not gonna go out there and start singing just because I like R&B. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I love R&B music.
Unless you can belt that shit out, belt it out, bro.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna, you know, look. There's artists that think they could sing and try to sing and they suck. You know what I mean? So, but like, you know, but I understand what you're saying as far as like conceptual wise, maybe. You know, I feel like, yeah, you know, like. You don't want to keep rapping about the same shit over and over again, you know, and I do agree with that, you know what I'm saying? But I also feel like, you know, for artists, I feel like they should just have fun with this shit, you know what I'm saying? So, like, not to take this shit too serious, you know, have fun, because once you stop having fun with this shit, man, it just becomes, like, almost a headache. Like, you almost don't want to do this shit, you know?
That's
so, like...
the job after that.
Yeah, and I felt that before, trust, you know, like, I've woken up like, damn, man, I don't want to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? But like 10 minutes later, I'm like, I can't, like, I'm itching to make a fucking beat or to write something. You know what I'm saying? So like, but that's the thing. It's just like, yeah, man, you know, you gotta constantly challenge yourself at least. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you're not like, you know, if you're not doing that at the very least, then yeah, man, you're not really doing it. And kind of going in circles with your own shit. I mean, you could be the dopest rapper, and you know what I'm saying, if there's no you know what I'm saying, there's no versatility, it's just kind of, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But what you got coming up, man?
So right now, you know, we got the fix dropping. That's Emails and Frank. I got production on there, and I got a feature on there. I'm working on the Johnny Slash joint. You know what I'm saying? So it's Grimewave, and then it's fully produced by Johnny Slash. So we got that in the works. We still working on acquiring some production, some more production for it, but that's for the most part. Most of us got a lot of stuff worked there, so I would say like it's a good like 60% complete. And once we get rolling, it's like that should be done in no time. I'm still working. I actually started putting more gas on my project, which I really delayed for a long time, just because I've been, I first I changed the whole concept. I had an idea for something called Land of Serpents, and I ended up just completely ditching that shit and ended up going with Genesis Floods, and that was something that I had mentioned like a while ago. You know what I'm saying? And I ended up, scrapping a lot of the production, the original production for it, and then I just went a whole like different direction with it. So now I got like 5 tracks almost completed for that. I'm just really at this point figuring out features, and I got the artwork already done. So I'm working on that. I'm also considering of doing another instrumental joint. I feel like I'm probably way long overdue for some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I've been really just, putting a lot of time into the group projects and really putting a lot of time into like features that because I've been trying, there's so many things that I'm on that haven't dropped yet. I'm not going to say nothing yet until the shit's drop. I'm not going to leak shit or make any announcements because the persons, they haven't made any announcement. But I've got so many features with cats that, saying that haven't dropped yet. I also have, the feature that just dropped with G Fan on Plead the Fifth, the main event joint. Like, that joint is crazy. Then the Draco joint that we just dropped, me, Ian, Asset, which is OD, you know what I'm saying? Much love to Isaac Asset. She killed that shit. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we got in the works. Ruck got his joint he's working on. And I got production on there. I got some couple artists that are like I have some fully produced albums with. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna mention them because they haven't announced it either yet. You know what I'm saying? So I'll let them do their thing and announce it. But also, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I got that in the works. Shit, man. So I got so much shit in the works. It's crazy. I can't even. That's probably a lot of stuff I'm not even mentioning. You know what I'm saying? Obviously we got the show with John October 30th, which I'm hyped for. I can't wait for that. You know what I'm saying? And we got some possible opportunities coming up. Potential really dope shit. I'm not gonna say nothing until I know 100%. But once it's 100%, it's really like, yo, yeah, he's gonna be like, damn, that's a crazy dope look. So we're just hoping, man. We just keeping fingers crossed, man. You know what I'm saying, and just hoping for the best, man, and just really trying to knock this shit out the park, man. Like and just putting our best effort in everything we do, man. Everything.
So you can do. You just got to keep grinding, keep working.
Yeah, exactly.
Putting it out.
And I'm still pushing. Every day I make at least a beat, at least one beat. And there's days where I make 2 or 3. So I do that, and then that's every day. And then on top of that, I was just doing covers and stuff, but I kind of slowed down with that, just because I felt like I don't want to say it wasn't worth my time. It was just more like it was taking too much of my time, and I really have to be, time management for me is very important. I have I'm not trying to be like some old dude that has a schedule for every single thing he does, but what I'm saying, like there's certain things that I do that I have to do at a certain time. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like that shit was taking too much of my time, so I kind of fell back from doing that. But I still do it for the team, and I still do it every now and then if I'm up for it. But yeah, but I enjoy doing it. Son, I really enjoy doing that shit. Like I said, I went to school originally for graphic design, and then I switched up to network, you know, whatever networking and shit. But yeah, I used to do graphic design, man. I did 3D modeling. What I'm saying, all kinds of shit, man. I did Flash. You know what I'm saying, like scripting. I could do scripting, all that stuff. So I mean, I built the website for the Grimewave. I built my website. So I enjoy doing the graphic stuff. You know what I mean? I'm really like. It's just that again, it's time consuming, and I really have to be mindful of everything else that I got to do. Which is the production and writing, and what I'm saying, and focusing on the business side of the stuff. What I'm saying, trying to manage a lot of the Bandcamp stuff, a lot of the Spotify stuff. What I'm saying, I also manage the website content. What I'm saying, which I'm behind. I got to update a lot of that shit. So it's and that, and then having a fam. I got kids, I got the wife. What I'm saying, and I got the job. So it's a lot. It's a lot,
Yeah,
but I do it. So.
It's a lot of work. But
it's insane. It's insane, and it's impressive. It's insane. It's inspiring to look at you. Family man. Everything that you do is phenomenal.
Yeah. There's a lot of us though that do that shit though. There's a lot. There's a lot
absolutely.
of us. There's a lot of them.
And props to all of them. But if there's only one other person that you design covers for that's not in your camp, can you give Capadonna a call, man? Fuck.
Yo, the last one. I'm not gonna front though. The last one was fire. The Stu Bangers joint. That was kind of dope.
That one's cool. But
that was dope.
Previous to that, man, he needs your help.
But yeah, the joints. Every cover before that was like, whoa. But I think Cap really is just because Cap is dope, man. So I think it's more of I don't want to say budget wise, but it's more of like maybe he just feels like just listen to the music, you know what I'm saying? But for me, as an artist, man, I always, especially nowadays, it's important. Packaging is very important. You know what I mean? It's like when you get bud, you know what I'm saying? Nowadays, everybody want that fancy. Everybody want that fancy caddy plug wrapper pack shit. You know what I mean? Everybody want the cookies bags, and everybody want the, so it's like that with the music, man. And I'm very like I'm big on that. All of us in Grimewave are huge on that, as you can tell. Like we take a lot of pride in the cover artwork, especially as of late. Like we really, really selective about the artwork, and as well as what I'm saying, like just everything else in between. Like I mean, it's a little difficult, obviously, getting distribution, and but when we get to press our own shit, you know what I'm saying, like quality of that has to be important. So like we consider everything when it comes to quality. It's very important.
It is. It's a complete package, and I'll tell you now, when it comes to sift through music that drops and stuff, you have it's huge because the packaging will determine a lot of times what I play first. If people have taken the time to professionally produce artwork that is engaging and that there's a quality to that, then I'm more inclined to think, there's going to be a quality to that music. And that's one thing that you guys, you individually, but you as a collective do really well, is that you focus on all the right things. Every element of it has to be of a particular standard, and I love it.
I mean, think about it. Like, I mean, the first thing that you see is the cover. You know what I mean? Like when, I remember when I used to, shop for music, and even though I used to know groups and I used to know what I was looking for, but there was times where I would just look at a cover of certain shit, you know what I'm saying? But like, oh shit, that shit look dope, you know what I'm saying? And I just like the cover would be captivating, and I just would just cop it just because the cover was dope, you know what I mean? Like, and so I mean, for me that was like, I mean that's very important, man. That's the first thing that people look at, and it's important. Like if you, I look at it like this: if you don't can't take pride in your artwork, man, like I feel like the music might just be the same. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, you got to take pride in everything that you do when it comes to art. It's like, I don't think Picasso was painting with a 50-cent brush or something. Like he was probably painted with some eloquent, made real crazy words shit. Like I mean, who knows? Maybe he was paying with some waxing, but still, you know, if you know what I mean. Like, it's just the quality, you know, it's like, it's what you get, you know what I'm saying? So whatever you put into it.
Yeah, no, I hear you. And that's why we, with the Raw Side Awards, we have an album art category for that purpose, because there are some people doing amazing things. So, no, big ups to you for that, and for the entire, everything that you do. There's a quality to it. We love it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we love it. You know, it really is a wave because it just keeps coming and coming and coming and coming. It's
everybody, man. Look, you know, like Ruck said, in with y'all, man. Like, Grimewave is really like, you know, it's a collective. Like, everybody is Grimewave, man. Like, you know, you guys yourselves, man, because you guys support us, you guys push us. You know what I'm saying? You guys book us. You know, Brutus, you write up. You know, you do write ups all the time. You know what I'm saying? You know, Brad, man, you look out for us, man. So, like, yo, you know, Anthony, all of y'all, man, like, you know what I'm saying? So, y'all all, in my eyes, man, everybody Grimewave, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, obviously, there's core, you know what I mean? There's core Grimewave, which is the core members. But, you know, for the most part, man, is we really, like, as you could tell, man, we work with a lot of people, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, but, you know, we're also quite selective of that, but we work with a lot of people, man. You know, as long as you come correct and you're genuine with your shit, and we see you trying to make moves yourselves, you know what I'm saying? Like, and not just kind of just want to just rap with us because, you know, you think we're dope, but no, you rap because you rap, you know what I'm saying? And you want to, you know, like, I appreciate that, you know. So I respect somebody that really appreciates the art as much as we do, you know, and it's dope to have, to turn that into kind of a conglomerate and just, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, there's always, like I say, man, I tell everybody the strength in numbers, man. You know what I'm saying? So.
Definitely. Who are you looking forward to on the October 30th show seeing?
Man, you know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a bunch of new cast, so I mean, I look forward to seeing them because I never heard of them. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I never heard of the dudes on there, like Ellis Ki or whatever, or One or whatever. I never heard of them. Or yeah, so like there's a lot of dudes on there that I look forward to those guys because I haven't heard them yet. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I also look forward to seeing my bros, man, Ganosha, seeing Animal Embassy, man. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be dope, man. It's gonna be real dope.
Yeah, it is. Hopefully everybody wears their Halloween costume.
I mean, you know, shit, man. I might just cameo with, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. Nah, you know, I might come through as a polo horse or some shit. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with polo crazy, but yeah, I don't know, man. I haven't dressed up for Halloween since I was a kid, man. I ain't even gonna front. Like, we stopped that shit even when I was a kid. We stopped that because we didn't have time. But I was running around throwing eggs and shaving cream and shit at people, like, you know what I'm saying, like, and water balloons and shit. So like, I wasn't even like, we wasn't dressed up doing that shit. Like, we had hoodies and
that's it,
jeans and sneakers running around just causing havoc.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up for tonight, fellas. I want to thank you, Hanzo, for coming through. We'll see you soon,
man. No doubt. You already know.
Thank you so much. I will talk to you guys soon. Episode 17 or 18. I always forget what episode. It's in the book. Season 1 down. Season 2 coming next week with C. Lance. That's going to be a good one. Speak the Rebel co-hosting.
It's dope.
October 30th. The link is on HHL to get your tickets. It's going right through the Middle East. Get your tickets through them. You can come at the door. But that shit's going to be a really, really dope night. And I will see you fellas again soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, man. Salute, y'all.
Doing time. We out of here. Doing time.
Take care.
Adios.